Mwasize mutya nsubire mu mpulira bulungi era nga buli kimu kiri okay. Yes, ekigenda maaso kati kusaawa eno ngenda kibatuusaako, ngenda connectinga very soon batuuseko ekigenda maaso Kamwokya wetwogerera kusaawa eno naye nga preparations zigenda maaso. Omukulembeze already amaze okutuuka Kamwokya. Yes, amaze okutuuka Kamwokya okuva Emagere era nga bolaba kubifaananya preparations zigenda maaso. Anytime soon press conference egenda kutandika era omukulembeze ayogereko eri eggwanga. Naye mbadde njagala nsooke nkutuuseko updates ez'enjawulo nga situnnaba kutandika. Olunaku olwaleero omukulembeze waffe ow'ekitiibwa Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert abangi gwe tumanyi nga Bobiwine. Yes, akedde olwaleero n'abaako kyayogera nga yakazuukuka. Abaddeko ne kyayogera era nga akiisiza ku mutimbagano ku mukutu gwa Facebook nga bambi ekiwandiiko ekyo agawalaye si kirungi n'akamu kuba nga omanyi ebyabaddewo for the past 2 days. Agambye nti last evening after reaching home, of course that is yesterday, I watched what has happened for the past 3 days while I was illegally detained at Nalufenya. It was then that I appreciated the full extent of the brutality meted out on Ugandans by security forces. I watched as armed, non-uniformed gangs roamed the streets of Kampala, shooting indiscriminately at unarmed citizens. I watched as they aimed gunshots at buildings without caring who may be hit. I watched as helpless citizens were clobbered by the very people who should keep them safe. Now, government, well, as we prepare to issue a formal statement on the murder and maiming of Ugandans, my thoughts are with those families that lost loved ones. I send my deepest condolences to all of them and wish those who are wounded a quick recovery. In fact, I learned last night that 2 of the dead were personally known to me and were good friends, including a younger man who was at a furniture shop and lost his life when soldiers shot directly into his workplace. He died instantly. We are still taking stock of how each of the 37 citizens lost lives and others continue to die in hospitals, sending our prayers to them, as we also try to reach out to those we can to commiserate with them. If any Ugandan still had any doubts about why we need freedom, this must communicate to all of us. No one is safe until we get rid of the tyrant who has lived by the gun. General Museveni is hell-bent on keeping power at whatever cost. He doesn't mind killing thousands of people to keep in power against the will of the citizens. Sadly for him, we the people of Uganda are now determined than ever before to get our freedom. Museveni is panicking, yet again trying to subdue the citizens into fear and apathy. But not now. The election is fast approaching, and despite all these illegalities and violence, we are soon getting our freedom. Nothing, absolutely nothing, will stop the wind of change sweeping over our nation. Bw'atyo omukulembeze waffe Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert aka Bobiwine bw'akedde okuteekayo ekiwandiiko ekyo ku Facebook page ye. Wobeera ng'osoma ebiwandiiko bino oba scripts ezimu abaali basomyeko literature, abaali basomyeko maybe script writing and all that, omuntu aba ayagala okuemphasizing point gyaba meaning wabanga agitadde in a written document. Kasita ng'olaba ebigambo ebimu nga babitadde mu capital letters, omanya that is an emphasis. So an emphasis in Bobiwine's document today egamba nothing, absolutely nothing will stop the wind of change sweeping over our nation. Kitegeera n'ekigambo ekirala kya emphasizing freedom, then ekirala we the people of Uganda. When you go back, of course, nasimbyayo hashtag we are removing a dictator. Ekigambo ekyo we are removing a dictator tutandike okikozesa mu posts ze tukola era nga tukitaginga kuba it has to go viral. We are removing a dictator. Kitegeera, we are removing a dictator. Abadde ataddeko bulungi ekyambalo kye t-shirt nga kuliko ekigambo inspired. Omanyi message zisindikibwa mu ngeri ya njawulo. Otunulira ekifaananyi kino omukulembeze waffe kyataddeko ku post gyakoze yuyo omukulembeze. Ekifaananyi kino yekyekubye kawungeezi kuba agambye last evening. Ekitegeera nga amaze bambi okunaabako omukyala w'omulungi Babi Kyagulanyi nga amaze maybe omulabirira amaze kuba he was not fine and I'm very sure he's still not fine, though we cannot tusobola kudda mu kukaaba. We have to keep soldiering on. Kiraba. So the way you see him there, ayambadde t-shirt eriko ekigambo oba overall jacket eriko ekigambo inspired. He's sending a message. I can tell you, he's sending a message. He's sending a message. Then the other update that I want to give you about Mr. Segirinya Muhammad. Remember yesterday evening, we were all jubilating, we were all excited, we were all happy as in our president was released. You understand? Our president was released yesterday and each and everyone was waiting whether he's going to be released and whether he was not going to be released. Remember, he was given a non-cash bail of 1 million. So during that time, abantu bonna babadde beerabidde bano abantu abalala be baasibye. You understand? Most of our colleagues were focusing more on how is the court going to rule. You understand? So forgetting about Segirinya Muhammad and Nabuila. So this is what happened to Mr. Segirinya. It is shocking and very sad. Shocking and very sad. So at around 6 p.m. this is a communication that I've gotten from Nubian Lee. At around 6 p.m. amidst all the excitement of Free Bobiwine, that is yesterday at around that time, Mr. Update, the original name is Muhammad Segirinya, was produced in Jinja Court, yes, at around 6 p.m., 6:30 p.m. And then he was charged for inciting the public, and then he was later driven off to Chilinya prison in Jinja. So as we speak now, our brother Mr. Segirinya Muhammad is in prison. That is the sad news I can tell you right now. Our comrade Mr. Segirinya Muhammad is in prison as we speak now. He is in Chilinya prison in Jinja. You understand? He was driven off from Narufenya. Remember, I told you last time that Mr. Segirinya Muhammad was not arrested. He was never arrested. Our comrade was simply kidnapped. He was kidnapped. He was kidnapped because those that arrested him, you saw how they arrested him. They came in plain clothes, ununiformed clothes, you know, holding guns, AK-47, driving cars that bear private number plates. You know, they did not identify themselves. They, you know, and then they clobbered him, and then they the same applies to Honorable Nabuila, our candidate for road mayor Kampala. The same happened to her. Genfunyeko bamulumba ate yewe okitegeera. So these two and so many others, they are still in detention. Some were simply kidnapped, some were arrested. But you know, Uganda security forces, they don't differentiate between arresting and kidnapping someone, as in it is the same thing. The way they arrest you, the way they kidnap you, it's the same thing. There is no difference. You saw how our president Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert was arrested. You understand? So that is the update, and very soon we are going to hear from and then the other update, today we are having prayers across the country. Yes, and I'm sure they have already started in different parts of the country. Yes, we have a press today and prayer mass for all foreign innocent citizens of this country during of course the Free Bobiwine protests across the country. You understand? Today the functions, of course, there are our brothers already there in Kamwokya. Yes, they are ready at the venue, waiting for the press to start and of course the prayers to start. So all you need to do is to inform the family of the deceased, those that you know, those that you have access to attend in person. You know, a prayer is something that doesn't differentiate, that, you know, it doesn't differentiate whether you are an FDC, NRM, you know, whichever political party you belong to. Prayer doesn't discriminate, you understand? So that's what is going to be held today. So today don't expect campaigns. I'm just anticipating. All what you need to expect is a communication from our president Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert. Yes, they are drafting. Remember, he said in his post today in the morning that as we prepare to issue a formal statement on the murder and maiming of Ugandans, so they are in preparation to they're preparing to issue a formal statement, because people power is it's not something, you know, local, it's international. You understand? So they have to come up with a statement, a formal statement on the murder and the maimings of Ugandans. And then he continued and said that his thoughts were with those families that lost the loved ones, and he sent deepest condolences to them and he wished those who were wounded a quick recovery. Man, very many people were murdered in cold blood, shot at. And then you wonder whether these acts are going to, you know, bring love to Ugandans. Just know that. Hey, and then the other thing, Museveni, he comes out yesterday, leave alone this arrogant Tumwine who said that the police has a right to kill you. Never nange, these guys, I really even wonder which country are we in? Minister of Defense of a country coming out and utter such nonsense that police has a right to shoot and kill you, and then the guy remains, you know, he's still Ariabutala. No one even touched him after making such reckless statements, inciting the violence, the public, as if he's telling police officers to shoot and kill us. You understand? Leave alone that arrogant Tumwine. President yesterday came out and where is it? Yeah, the president Smanya attacked the homosexuals and the foreign groups. He said that they are sponsoring opposition. And then when I read that, I really wondered, because a president of a country that has been in power for 35 years, coming out at this particular time to make such a statement, that in order for us to understand that the brutality he met at Ugandans is enough. He thinks that in order for us to understand such kind of injustice, we have to first be funded. Well, for me as JB, I just put up a simple post on my Facebook page, and I told you guys that tell this dictator that we don't need to be sponsored, we don't need to be paid to open up our eyes to the brutality, the severe murders of innocent Ugandans and high-profile government officials, unemployment, nepotism, tribalism, empty promises for the past 35 years, corruption. You know, his 35-year dictatorship and a lot more atrocities him and his regime made at real Ugandans is enough. Come on, is enough. That's just enough. Tell him that he does not need, one doesn't need to be paid to open up to the fact, to the reality we are faced as a country at this current time. His time is up. 35 years of his dictatorship is enough. We are tired. We don't need to be paid to understand that corruption is bad, unemployment is bad, murder is bad, nepotism is bad, tribalism is bad. Man, we don't need to be sponsored in order to think for ourselves. We are a younger generation. We are connected all over. Now you are over 1,750 people watching, but we are not together. You are just listening to me simply because we are connected and we think alike. You understand? So I made a last statement and I asked you guys, tell him he does not have a right to kill Ugandans. That was my last humble appeal. Tell him he doesn't have a right to kill Ugandans. Man, these people think they have a right to our lives. They think they have a right to end our lives. And I wonder who lied to them that. So, that is Museveni for you. For him, he thinks that we are stupid. You know, he thinks that we are still... I don't know even how these people think. Maybe because for them they are stupid, they kill people and jubilate. I saw him laughing because, you know, people were murdered on the streets, people were killed and all of that. He thinks that we are the same. Man, that's why we needed to come out and say enough is enough and put an end to this madness. These people are going to continue doing these atrocities. But I'm very happy. Why am I happy? People all over the world are watching. I can tell you yesterday, Wall Street Journal made that newspaper, the Wall Street Journal. Yeah, it released an article on the atrocities meted on Ugandans these past 2 days. I'm going to make an audio out of it. You will later see it, and I will actually bring it to you so that you can also have you read through and see what they're talking about, what those guys think about Museveni. Because now this one is a dictator. A dictator in a suit. Majority of the powers from the West, yeah, they are coming to know that they are dealing with the dictator. At least this action is, you know, they are revealing the truth. Bibategeeza ekituufu ddala ddala nti nno ono musajja gwe tudiringa naye olaba asobola okuvayo n'asanyuka why Ugandans were murdered, why Ugandans were killed, and then the Minister of Defense n'avaayo yo Eri Tumuyine n'avaayo n'agamba no, the police has a right to kill you. Man. So let's wait for Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert and his team. As we speak now, they are drafting a formal statement that is going to be shared worldwide. Yes, a formal statement that is going to be shared worldwide. Wait for the statement. It's going to be both in audio and both in written. So it's going to be posted all over our social media platforms, even websites. Yeah, even on YouTube. I will post it there on the post option. You expect on our website www.jbmuwonge.com. Expect it everywhere. And then actually it is the same statement that is going to be, you know, aired out during the press conference. The press conference is about to start. Yes, the press conference is about to start. Preparations are going on. Anytime soon we shall be connecting there to see what's going on. Yes, we shall be connecting to get to know what's going on. What I can say, thank you guys for standing with the people of Uganda and not actually backing down, because some people, when they see these murders, they're like, oh my goodness, now what if, but people, you know, they keep soldiering on. We are tired beyond repair, beyond the meaning of the word. We are tired. Mutebi Nadom, you are saying, JB, what do you think about the coming together of the major political parties? What I can say about that, because we saw our deputy president, Honorable Zedwiga, Nobati Mao, Henry Tumukunde. One thing I have to tell you guys, these people are also not stupid. These people are not also stupid. They know that the power of Ugandans, the voices, the outcries go through Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert. And yes, if the world stands with the Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert, who are you not to stand with the people of Uganda? So, one thing I can tell you, all we need to do is to play our part, because people are starting to play their parts. You saw those comrades of ours who were bashing us that we don't have any direction, we don't have any kind of ideology, policy and all that. Now they are changing the narrative. So the coming together of political parties is a good gesture. It's a good gesture, implying let's expect more. Yeah, let's expect more. It's a good gesture. Emily Tanya, how are you doing, JB? Yes, I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. At least nange gulondo neba seko tulo tuwera. Omanye kiro kuva ku macha paka kiro. Twasuze mu kwereza naye. I managed to have at least a 6-hour sleep. Nange nenfunako kutulo. So my brother Mutebi Nadomi, let's expect more of that. More are going to change because abantu bogedde. Would you know the following Bobiwine People Power National Unity Platform has? Just something very little happens at the party, at Bobiwine, at the People Power, and it spans the entire world. I can tell you Buju Banton has a following of over, I don't know. He just put two posts about Bobiwine. Man, if you go to Instagram and read the comments from people all over the world, because those are international celebrities, leave alone these fake celebrities, slayers we have in Uganda, who even fear to mention a word, stop police brutality. The other ones are international celebrities. Talking about what is happening in Uganda, talking about Bobiwine arrest, talking about the murder that is going on in Uganda by Museveni goons, and of course himself, Museveni and his goons. So whatever happens at Bobiwine, at People Power, kispaninga ensi yonna. Kati goberanga goli opposition leader nga nawo ogamba nti okay nze nobati mao nange nesibyo njagala bululu, nze tumukunde nange nesibyo njagala bululu. Abantu abakiraba nti bano bali mu kuzanya mbuzanyi wabanga sibagule ku sabotaginga, bali mu kuzanya mbuzanyi nga obimanyi mu America waberayo ba candidates banji neera walabya akalulu kabadde between Trump and Joy, okiraba nga kali between the two, nga bwe kigenda okubeera wane wake, nga bwe kiri actually si bwe kigenda okubeera, nga bwe kiri nti akalulu kali between Museveni and Bobiwine. Museveni has no support, he's just forcing the support. Taina support sakalu kagenda kubeera wakati wa Museveni ne Bobiwine. Bana bala just bali mukugezaako bugeza, maybe ku building a CV zaabwe, bali just muku abamu bali mu sabotaginga kuba kati. This is what I expect guys, because you asked me a question. This is what I expect. Omanyi this is what I expect. There is a clause jibata demu ntino, if one of us is arrested fena tulina okustandinga nabo. Naye jjukira nti amaanyi tegenkana. Amaanyi tegenkana, fe tulina amaanyi abantu fe twavaddanga kino ekintu tukiriko. Twavaddanga kino ekintu tukiriko ne tubagamba mwewandiise mufune endagamuntu, abantu abamu ne batubashinga. Abo bennyini nga bagamba endagamuntu tegenda kujjako Museveni. Okiraba? So we have been preparing this generation for long. It did not start yesterday. We have been preparing this generation. We have been preparing our youth for so long. It did not start yesterday. Tekyatandise ggulo. So kati abamu bagenda kibuukira bubuukizi naye nga it's too late. So gwe kyenkugamba go playing a part yo. Bali abazze ne batwegattako tubakube enjiri baberenga bali pure. Baberenga tebali mu mpulunguse. Kuba kati abantu bakooye. Gwe you didn't see faba presenting ebintu bino waliwo ne bitutasobola kuweereza olw'ensonga nti bayinza okuggalira platform. Abantu bekalakasiza bitundu bingi ebyo bemwalabyeko ku TV ebyo byabadde bitono. TV tesobola balaga bintu byonna, ate era naffe tetusobola balaga bintu byonna olw'ensonga waliwo ebintu bye batasobola kukkiriza kola ki platforms zino zitasobola things that platforms do not allow us to post. Like Facebook doesn't allow you to post certain content, YouTube doesn't allow you to post certain content, you understand? So nga kigenda kusigala mu WhatsApp, okiraba nga kigenda kusigala mu WhatsApp ninga abantu bakoyinze gambe na ebyo binabadde ngamba abantu no mu sindike content ku namba y'essimu eyo. Abaana bansindikidde ebintu ngebimuswala na biraga sijja kubalimba okwetoloola Uganda. Yes, okwetoloola Uganda. Yes, someone is saying we talk about people that hiding us to do harm bichi webito. Yes, waliwo abatwekwekamu nga their motive is to paint a bad image. Ekyo twakitegeera dda era tumanyi ekyo kola. Sijja kukulimba muganda wange. People who hide in us to paint a bad image to us, they can easily be identified. They can easily be identified, and you know what to do to those people. Omukwata n'omukolaki n'omutwala w'alina okubeera. Of course, firstly violent. I would not tell you that when you meet such people mubakube mubatte. No, mukwate mutwale ku police. Tuli bangi akasajja nwe kabeera kamu musobola okukakwata abantu batano ne mukasiba mabega emikono oba ne mukasibako omuguwa ne mukatwala ku police. Okitegeera? Yes, ne mukatwala ku police oba ne mumukwata ne mumusibira mu kizimbe. Ye police kuba n'omutwala ku police tagenda kola kinjo kugamba tokwata muntu oyo mukuba, tokwata muntu oyo mukuba nyondo ku mutwe, tokwata muntu oyo mukuba jinja kuba oyo muganda wo oyo munno ate n'ensi ekyuka munnange omuntu oyo yinza okwekanga ng'ogenda musanga enkyanga yakyuka ng'ate yagenda okukola ki yagenda okuyamba. Kati fesi tweyisanga bo we beeyisa tubeera abantu abali different, abantu abali civilized, abantu abali mu practicing rule of law yetwagala okukola ki yetwagala okweta. Ababuuza press conference yetulinze anytime soon ngenda kukola ki naye ndowooza I'll restart a new life. I'll restart a new life to kola ki tubeere nga tugitandika afresh. Anytime soon egenda kutandika. Preparations zikyagenda mu maaso. Ebifaananyi byenkulazeeko byebyo kankulageko wano ekirala. Preparations zikyagenda maaso nga nkugambye nti Kyagulanyi and his team, they are drafting a formal statement about the incident that took place these past 2 days that claimed lives of our comrades. So preparations are still going on, and anytime soon you are going to get a live feed. Naye ngeno live njagijja kontandika endala. Abakatweyungako our comrade Segirinya Muhammadi at around 6:30 p.m. yesterday, he was also produced in court and he was charged for inciting violence, and he was taken to Chiria prison. So that is the current update about Mr. Segirinya. Our brother Eddie Mutwe is getting better. Our brother Kasirye Ashraf is also getting better, though he has difficulties and challenges in seeing during day. Of course, he's going to be using glasses and all that. And then Honorable Nabuila yakyaliyo ekitalya. Amawulire amalala amalungi abaganda baffe badde bakutte Masaka jjo nga bakutola okuba nti beekalakasa babatadde bonna. Yes, and of course others, because Intelligence Council bavudde ne bavumira ekikola kino. Bwakabaka bwa Buganda bavudde ne bavumira ekikola kino. Bantu bangi bavudde ne bavumira ebikola bino ebyokutta abantu. So some of our comrades were freed, but some are still in detention. Bagamba tumwine nga afaanagana bubi. Aba basajja nabo babateekako Magnitsky Act tebanyina we bayina genda okufuna eddagala. Kitegeera basajja balwadde. Oyo simanyi tumwine eyagambye mbu simanyi police has a right to kill you. Who are you? Who are you that police? Some musajja abudde nagamba police has a right to shoot and kill you. Come on, man. Naye era sikyewuunya kubanga bo bye bamanyi. Kitegeera bye bamanyi. All they know is to shoot live bullets and fire tear gas. Bye bamanyi. That's what they know. Nengo omukulembeze waffe ali wamu ne tiimu ye ku ssaawa eno bali mu kudraftinga statement, a formal statement about the incident. Era sijja kwerabira kugamba nti olwaleero tulina prayers all over the country. We have prayers all over the country nga tusabira emyoyo gy'abagenzi abo bafudde jjo n'abo abatali bulungi, abalumiziddwa, abalina ebiwundu, abatali bulungi basobola okubeera nga bakola ki nga basuuka bulungi, nga basuukira ddala ki nga basuuka bulungi. Naye nga kyonna kyekiri kijja kugwa. Omukulembeze yakugambye eggulo, yagambye nti nno Museveni si alina okubeera, Bobiwine si alina okubeera. Actually lwaki sikubira ka audio yako then nenzigalawo live stream eno, then I think I should come again with the live conference straight from Kamwokya. Mukulembeze akantu kano simanyi bamwakawulidde eggulo nga ali mu kwanukula mwami Museveni. Soko kawulire.
It is my opinion that this case should actually not be Uganda versus Kyagulanyi. This case should be Uganda versus Museveni. Your Honor, it is Museveni that is supposed to be in this job for killing innocent citizens and for committing crimes against humanity. Your Honor, I am not here because I committed any crime. I'm here because I offered myself to lead Ugandans into ending 35 years.
Yes, this case should be Museveni versus Ugandans, because Museveni is the one killing innocent Ugandans. I'm not here because I've done anything wrong. I'm here because navayo nenetekawo era nenvayo nenjwawo mubiri okununula bana Uganda kulw'obutemu obuyitiridde mu ggwanga olw'ensonga nti ogusajja guno gutufuze emyaka 35. Kitegeera. I'm not here because I've done anything wrong. I'm here because I came out to lead Uganda out of the 35-year Museveni dictatorship. Bobiwine buli bwagenda mu court nafuna opportunity asindika strong message eri Museveni. Nero kwa Museveni ali adamant tawulira. Alowooza nti no bino ebintu byakusaaga. Naye I think this nationwide protest sent a very big message to Museveni. Yes, I'm very sure it sent a very big message to Museveni. So, naye mbadde njagala, yeah, the voice was not so clear. Mbadde njagala mbagambemu akagamba akasemba then I close this live and then I come again with the press conference. Ekintu ekigenda okutwala Museveni kigenda kubeera enough is enough. Amushuwa muyinza kama awuliddeko muganda wange Uganda empya ayina audio ne gyategeka naye ekigenda okutwala Museveni kigenda kubeera enough is enough, and that enough is enough I anticipate it to be during elections or after elections or before elections, because this situation yabaddewo ndowooza kati yazukusizza abantu bangi era ne bakitegeera nti nno yes ekintu kisoboka kuba agawala this protest tebeerangawo okitegeera ku presidential candidate yenna Kabe Besigye tebeerangawo. Besigye kyaliwo ne kyali just mu Kampala. Kino kyaspanize Uganda yonna, and that's why I always say thank you guys, thank you for those who stood on their ground ne bagamba ekimala nedda mute omukulembeze waffe. So challenges is a free Bobiwine is nti free Bobiwine omuliro gugenda gwaka kadeni we gwaka Bobiwine bamuta then ne bakola ki omuliro ne gukendera oguno ogwa free Bobiwine okitegeera okumulwisaayo obutamutuwa nga bwe bamusibye ennaku 2 nga tebagala Museveni abeera testinga how far can we go in demanding for Bobiwine nga testing agambe basobola kugenda kyenkana ki, how long can they sustain their protest. Testinga naye akuba mu kisaka akole ki alabe naye ekintu ekisobola okuprolonginga ne kigenda beyond 2, 3, 4 days. Enough is enough. Atenga it is soon coming kuba muliro gwo gwatandise. Ejinja yali kubyeyo kuba yamukutte ng'akimanyi tugenda kuvaayo tumulwanirire. Naye nga n'amulemera ng'ayagala testinge how far can we go okumudimandinga. Kati eri time ya enough is enough ngetuuse Museveni must go, should be first of all the slogan enough is enough, we are removing a dictator. Aho tugenda kuba tukola ki, tugenda kuba tukikubira ddala left, right and center, and the time is very soon, because man tosobola kungamba nti no osobola okutta abantu bano bonna abantu ne basigala nga beebase. No, abantu beebase, abamu bamaama, abamu baana bato, abamu I don't know mwabirabye bizibu bya kunnyonnyola. Naye nga as I close this live video, let me repeat updates about our comrade Seglinya. It is not good news, it is bad news. Due to the excitement that all of us had yesterday after the release of our 5 comrades that came along with the Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert, our president, Mr. Seglinya Muhammad was brought to court yesterday at around 6:30 p.m. He was charged n'omusango gw'oku inciting of violence, then he was driven to Kirinnya prison. So that's the current update that I have about our comrade Segirinya Muhammad. As we speak now, is in prison. So what we need to do is to come out and ask for his immediate release, because which kind of inciting violence? Oyinza comparing abantu bebasse ne Segirinya talina kintu kiyakoze. So we don't need to. Can you compare it to what Segirinya did? Yet Segirinya did nothing. So Segirinya Muhammad, as we speak now, bambi bamutute mukomera, ali mukomera kati otwogerera. Yes, ali mukomera era twebereremu tusobole okulaba nti no we free him. Okay, concluding live eno press conference etandise, ngenda koma on press conference right now.